The Dyson Sphere's construction continues, and we've started to gear shift at last into maintenance and efficiency mode, but I can totally see another row of EM rail ejectors being built before we wrap up, because you can't tell me this is not awesome to watch. Hello Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Dyson Sphere Program and our Alpha Andromedae series. So we are, again, like I said, we are in kind of maintenance mode at the moment. There is one project that I was working on at the end of the last episode that I would like to just dive right into, which is... we have only one of these deuterium lines coming in actually feeding this storage, and yet this storage is completely full. So that's just how proliferation affects stored liquids, I suppose. So what I want to do now is go ahead and set up a similar situation for another tank that I have for this first one. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to have a second sorter side by... well, just kidding. It can't be exactly side by side. That makes me incredibly sad, but okay. Can't have it be too pretty. That would be against the rules. So we're going to have just another set of pilers set up there. And I'll just make sure that that's powered, although I'm pretty sure it is, to tell you the truth. And now, I just need to think in terms of where these lines are going to come from. Yeah, this should work. So, if we place you here, and then you there, perfect. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to let this fill all the way up. This could be interesting, because both of these are coming from the same source, so I don't know how well this is going to work. But let me go ahead and delete that, because it's clearly not functioning at present. And we're just going to raise it up. I guess we'll be a little fancy here, and we'll bring it down here, and then bring it straight across, and then have it feed into storage. And boom. There we go. And what we'll be curious about is... this should, now that we've got that set up, it should actually cause deuterium to back up on this production line, I would think. So it should allow for those storages to fill up. I just don't know for sure that that's going to occur. Deuterium has been the resource on this particular line that's been problematic. You know what? I just realized there's an obvious opportunity here to really increase production of these quite easily. So let's just do it. I've got to build just a little bit here to fill in, and we're going to bury that copper deposit. I've buried a lot of deposits over the last few episodes. It hurts my soul a little bit because, you know, you want to... the idea is that, like, you might eventually be able to harvest all these resources. And you still can. It's not like I've buried them and they're inaccessible, but I'm building on top of them without a care in the world. It does hurt me a little bit. If it hurts you too, I just want you to know you're not alone. I'm with you on it. Alright, so we need to get... what I'm doing with this is not super necessary because, again, this is a resource that is primarily being used for rockets. And once the frame is built, I won't need rockets anymore, at least for the purposes of this series. I just won't. Okay, so now I should just be able to take one of these. Let's make sure it fits. Does indeed fit. I will just need to make sure the sorters are all in good shape. Alright, yeah, let's just go ahead and copy. I guess we'll do 10 for now. And there we go. Now that should be a pretty considerable addition. There we go. And they get painted down at the opposite end of the planet. Those lines look nice and full again. That's good to see. So yeah, they get painted here. And that should hopefully help these last few buildings that are building rockets actually be able to produce at the appropriate rate. So let's take a look at the sphere. It's the amount of progress we've made in just the last episode alone is tremendous. I could easily see myself going to get the materials for more EM rail ejectors, as I joked a moment ago, in the space of this episode, just because this is what we're doing is clearly functioning. The sphere is being built. And so more EM rail ejectors to make use of the solar sails that I currently have a surplus of. Again, my current situation with solar sails, let's find the storage tower and take a look at this. Where are the solar sails? But did I just fly away from the pole that they're on? I probably did. I totally did. They're on the other side. I should have known that too because of where the belts are. Here we go. So this storage is emptying out. Actually, I take that back. It's not. It's filling up. Oh my... No. No. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. No, no, no. Hang on. That's the most obnoxious timing ever. I think I managed to get it all. I think I managed to get it all. That's not the kind of thing you want to see. I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world. It's just, it's a little bit of pollution on this line, unfortunately, because I put some foundation on this line. It's like I'm talking about makeup. Not that kind of foundation. I put some foundation in here. Accidentally. I hit control-click like an idiot. And it started speeding down the line. I had to fly after and be like, no. And I'm not sure I got all of it because my inventory started filling up. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. Also, all of these are still producing adequately. One of the best things about what's happening right now with this increase in solar sail production that I've been putting forward is it just shows the extent to which graphene production has truly been addressed. Because we would not... I mean, look at this. We're backed up on these now. If graphene was still a problem, we would not be able to do what we're doing right now. So it just shows that we're in a much healthier position with those resources. I don't know... I guess it would be a good time to look at the entire star cluster and see if there's anything that's really struggling. Seems like silicon ore could be struggling over the last 10 minutes or so. But that's mostly even. So silicon ore I might need to look into getting some additional just inputs. Like finding a planet that can mine it that I'm already set up on. And exporting it. That won't be hard. Yep, looks solid. Fractal silicon. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder what happened there. If we look at the last hour, it's in cycles. Okay. Last 10 hours. Yeah, so fractal silicon gets used in cycles. For what purpose, I wonder? What does fractal silicon get used for? I'll have to check that in just a moment. All right. Optical grading crystal is fine. Spiniform stalagmite crystal is fine. Unipolar magnets, not fine. Wow. Definitely not fine. Although, I think it's cyclical. I think over the last 10 minutes, we're actually good. If I look at the last hour, is really a way to tell. And then I can see if there's a downtrend. Yeah, so we are in good shape with most of our resources. Yeah, this is fantastic. Magnets might be struggling a little bit. Wow, producing a lot more strange matter than we're consuming. That's because of what I set up on Alpha Andromeda too. So we're currently storing a bunch of those. And it's helping to keep the hydrogen lines clean. All right, processors, look at this. Over the last hour, we're still consuming... Let's look at the last 10 minutes. Yeah. It might be time to... I mean, while we're letting this run, this is a bit of a different situation because the last several times that I've gone to look at processors, it's been in an emergency situation where it's like, okay, we have a shortage, let's go address it. This time it's like, okay, we have a deficit in how much we're producing versus how many we're consuming, but we still clearly have, like, a lot of processors available and everything's functioning. So we just need to go and see if there's something we can do to get rid of that deficit. So it's a different situation, and I might do that in just a moment. It does look like this situation is much improved. There's a part of me that, you know what, screw it. Let's just... Let's just do it. Who cares? We can. We've got the power for it. We've got the resources for it. Just run it. Why not, you know? So we clearly still have plenty of deuterium. You saw the line empty out a bit there when I built those extra ones, but that... Oh, wow, there's a solid flow. So let's actually see what that did to rockets over the last few minutes. So over the last 10 minutes, looks like we're production's at 171. Over the last 1 minute, production just went up to 189. Yeah, so not quite an exponential increase, but a minute-to-minute increase as a result of the work that I've done. Oh, and this line's actually starting to fill up. Really? How is that physically possible? Oh my god, I'm actually at capacity for rocket production. Get out of town. No way. I would not have expected that. Here's some silicon right here, by the way. That's kind of hilarious. Just mine it here. Let's just add one more for funsies. And yeah, I kind of just want to go take a look at processors for fun. That would be a nice change of pace while we wait for things to continue to build here. The frame, I mean, if we were to go do that and work on it for a bit, the frame would probably be mostly done by the time we got back. Which, that's an amazing thought in and of itself. Yeah, you can see the rockets all going to the poles now. They're doing their civic duty. Yeah, this is fantastic. It's a good number of rockets. What I'm curious, let's actually follow this down and see if there's a point at which the rocket launchers stop operating. Yeah, it looks like it's roughly here. This is where the current rate of rocket production can't make it past, like, roughly here. And I still have a bunch more. But what'll be really interesting is if, like, if this save were to continue in the future... Ooh, this is emptying out. That's interesting. I'm not surprised by that at all, that that's emptying out. But this is definitely emptying out. Yeah, it's 100% emptying out. Also, those were not proliferated. I just put it in there, and they totally should have been, so that's on me. Yeah, but if this save were to continue, the rockets that built up in storage on this planet could be offloaded to, like, start the production of new spheres at the moment that I was ready to do so. And can you just imagine just the sheer amount of production that could rapidly occur in those moments, just from having a massive backstock of rockets? It's already happened in this series a couple of times, but not in the context that I'm referring to here. It would be even more epic than anything we've seen in this series. Because if we had the current production capacity for rockets on Gacrix 1, and we had our storage completely full, and then devoted that to the production of a new Dyson Sphere elsewhere, or a smaller Dyson Sphere, for example, like, you could use the rockets to tremendous effect. Okay. We'll tell you what, I'm going to do a couple of things. Let me first verify where in the heck. I think production paint, it is. Or proliferator paint is coming from Zeta RA. No, that's just being consumed there. So where is it actually being produced? Leonis Minoris? How did I forget this? Not Kassora. Alrami? No. I thought for sure it was in Zeta RA, but apparently it's not. So it's like, which hecking planet is this on? Kipha Borealis? No, I already looked there. Oh, I'm so confused now. Is it in Gacrix? It's here. It's totally here. Oh my god. All right, hold on. I forgot about that completely. Yeah, it's on freaking Gacrix 2, isn't it? Or which? It's not the Frozen Tundra planet. Am I losing my mind? Where? It's not being produced here. That's the consumption data for it. Right? No, we're producing Mark II paint here. So it's the Proliferator paint Mark I. Yeah, so Mark II and Mark III paint are being produced here. It's the Mark I paint that I'm trying to find. That's what it is. It's not Tatsun. Aha, it's Farud. I forgot that it was a new system that I hadn't messed with too much yet, so that's what was throwing me off. Okay. Yeah. I remember now, because it was close. And I wanted a system that was close. So, fair enough. I think it's Farud 2. Farud, however we're gonna pronounce it. One of the two ways. Yep, this is it. All right, so this is what I was trying to remember, I think, last episode. Like, did we actually have something? Yeah, I definitely set this up for remote demand, but I don't think that I ever actually painted my... Maybe I did, and it's good. I think I set it up already. I think I set it up. Yeah, it's totally set up. We're good. Also, I have this massive production factory for these, which is hilarious to me. And we still have them in place, though, so that's nice. All right, so since this is done, and I know that's done, and we're good, also notice that the paint that's coming in now is proliferated. So we're starting to get some of the proliferated, some of the improved paint. Should have been that way from the very beginning. That's my fault, but still. Huge win. So, Zeta RA is the next stop. We're going to just take a look at what we can do processor-wise. Because it's probably a lot at this point. And again, it's a nice way to be proactive as opposed to reactive. We're looking at, you know, a resource that's currently not in dire shortage, but that maybe is being overconsumed, so we need to take a closer look. Also notice that the research we're running right now is a basic resource efficiency upgrade. So that's going to be nice to have. I think Zeta RA1 was our processor world. Yes, it was. This is the volcanic ash planet. And here we are. Oof. Not the... Wait, why are you all... Why are you backed up? I wouldn't have thought that you would be backed up. But you're backed up. Oh. Oh. Okay. Hold on. We might have a problem of a different sort. Yes, we do. Yes, we do indeed. What resource is supposed to be on this line? Okay, so we had proliferator paint here. That's interesting. Hang on, let's take a closer look at this. Because now I'm confused. Why would proliferator paint have stopped coming here? Excuse me? I'm confused. Why would it not be shipped here? We have transports. We have warpers. But we're not getting enough paint. That's weird. Maybe I can export some from Alpha Andromeda 2? But yeah, that is certainly an issue. Because we had all of this set up to proliferate, and that explains the drop in production. So all of this was set up for proliferation, and now we have an issue actually getting enough paint here. And I think maybe it's because it's being split in two different directions. So yeah, you know what? Let's take the path of least resistance. I think we actually may have an opportunity to offload some of our excess paint from Alpha Andromeda 2. We haven't done that at all yet, and I think that might be the trick. Yeah, everything is set up there. The shortage is just due to a fluke. We aren't quite producing enough paint. And as the, more highly proliferated paint makes its way through the system, I'm honestly, this entire situation might improve or it might get worse. I'm still learning about, if you have all of your paint proliferated. Also, yeah, let me go ahead and delete that. I don't need to burn any of my frickin' graphene here at all. Not anymore. So there's actually a backstock of graphene here now, which is not... Oh, no, just kidding. There's not. It just kind of looks like there is. Because there's a huge amount flowing in here. That's nice to see, at least. Alright, so you're empty. Let's go ahead and dismantle you. Steal that back, and I think I can safely place that there. Perfect. Alright, so this might actually mean we have some shortages to address. Just kidding, no we don't. Okay, so... Again, might be a pretty simple order. Also, I think it might be time for me to proliferate research cubes. I haven't done that yet. And it seems like maybe that's something I should have done a while back. Aha! Here we go. So let's set this up for remote supply. It's actually in a good spot, too. It's in a really good spot. So we're going to build a splitter like that. Have you come in like that. And here's how we're going to do this. Because I only want the excess to go here. This might not even be an ideal point, but we're going to set that as the filter. So that it only moves this when it's full. when the line's completely full. But this will allow for additional proliferator paint to be exported. And it actually looks like we're already getting one shipment ready to go shortly, which is nice. Probably at 600 with the current levels. Because right now this, or maybe it's at 800. No, 900? Man, the capacity on these has climbed so much. 1,000? Oh, now it's empty. Well, it's not empty, but we actually drained the last of our excess there. No, it's still sitting in storage. That's fascinating. So we've set this to remote supply, and it is proliferated paint. Huh. Weird. Don't know what to make of that. Let me come back here. So this is where all of our proliferator paint is currently being produced. We clearly have enough of this type, and we have enough of that type. If I wanted to expand my production of the Mark III proliferator paint by a little bit here, I could do that. I could do it, I think, relatively easily. So let's do that. Yeah, let's delete you here and delete you there. Delete that. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to make a mess. I don't know what I'm apologizing to. My base, I guess, for littering. There's one more somewhere. Where are you? Where are you? No, you're here somewhere. Found you. All right, there we go. All right, and then we just need to move you a little. A very little. Not even that far, to be honest. All right. Let's now move you over that line. Perfect. And then we'll move you. I'm really just going to expand it by 1 here. That's enough. All right, now if I were to move this, which I could probably do pretty easily. Yeah, I could definitely do pretty easily. Yeah. Hold on. Very easily. Like, with absurd amounts of ease, I can move that. And then we'll be able to expand it even farther. Further, rather. Technically more correct in this case. Magical. All right. So now, let's build you to there, and you to there. That's not a huge increase in production of the stuff, but at least I'm putting out a little bit more. And all I need is for there to be, you know, enough paint. I don't need a huge amount exported here. All right, so you can tell some was sent. But I really don't need a huge amount exported. Tell you what, might be worthwhile just to offload some things in various construction buildings. I'm not even going to look at what I'm selecting. I'm just, like, selecting buildings and... Yep. It's working. Exactly what I wanted to do. Perfect. Frees up tons of inventory space. Casimir crystals. All right, that's much better. All right, I do have some paint on me somehow. Not sure where that came from. It's so good to see so many processors sitting here. So, I mean, we definitely have, you know, processors in large supply here. Like, happy to see that. What's your issue? Are you full? Okay, I'd rather you be full than anything else. Okay, well, in that case, hang on. Let's take a look at proliferating research cubes, because I haven't done that yet, and we clearly have a chance to do that. So, okay. I can proliferate some things right here, and pretty easily. Well, no, not pretty easily. I would have to move that line, which I could do, so that it came down sooner. Yeah, let's do this. I'm not 100% this is even going to work, but I'm choosing to believe. Okay, so there's that. Now, yeah. Put one there, right? Nope, angle too wide. Collide with other object. Don't know what you mean by that, but I think it's just because there might be a slight discrepancy in the position of... really? 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 Okay, well, in that case, hang on, there's still a solution. It's annoying, but there's still a solution. We're going to bring this a lot farther back. This is just a T intersection here. So we need this to come up like that. There we go. That way we can do this. Magical. Et voila. All right, and as a result of that, hang on. Let's see if it'll feed straight down. Oh, it won't. That's so incredibly rude. All right, there's still a solution. Let's go ahead and... in some ways, hang on, I just realized, because I also need to proliferate these as they come out, and this is the right point at which to do it. Let's see if I can get this built where I want to. Yes, I totally can. Collide with other object. What other object? The sorter? Ugh. All right, man, that's a great place for it too. Hang on, maybe it's not the sorter. Maybe it's the splitter. If it's the splitter, I can work with that. Nope. Nope. I tried. Oh, wait, though. Hold on. There may still be a solution. Maybe. Oh, okay, wait. This might work. This might work. Oh my god. All right, now the only difficulty here... This is only one of several cubes that I need to paint, and I need to stop this episode. But it's worth getting this done just for, like, I don't know, just for completionism's sake, it feels like, you know? Like, what other reason do we need? Like, we just want to say that we did this before the end of the series. All right, and there we go. Now, funny enough, hang on, I'm actually going to delete that line there, and I'm going to just let this paint feed this particular proliferator, because it seems like a better source for it, because we have paint coming from a few different directions here, which is fair. It's going to happen. It is interesting, though, now that I've changed the way that paint travels here, it makes me wonder if something is going to give, like if there's going to be sections of the proliferator paint, you know, demand on Alpha Andromeda 2 that actually don't get satisfied as a result of what I just set up. The main benefit is that we're going to get proliferator paint back to the planet that needs it the most, which is our processor production planet, which is for whatever reason short on that paint. So I'm happy about that, and I feel like once that happens, things have a potential to just sort of work out in a number of ways, maybe, hopefully, I think. Oh, hang on. I just realized that didn't get fully repaired when I built it. I was wondering why that line wasn't moving. I was like, there's no way that all those shouldn't be moving. But we had a good backstock of those, so it wasn't a huge issue. All right, cool. So you can see, I mean, they're not painted yet coming out. Why aren't they painted coming out? All right, it's definitely moving. Okay. I'm going to stop this episode here. We still have a lot of work to do, like a lot of work to do, because I still need to proliferate the... I'm going to work back from the most complex cubes, because that's kind of what I'm staring at right now, and it's just the most glaring opportunities. But if I go ahead and put paint on this resource and that resource, then that'll be done, and then I just need to paint the outputs here. I might have to change the way the outputs work in order to get the paint set up, but I have some clear opportunities there to do that. And I can also paint the line that's going towards the warpers, which is a positive step. And then we'll take a look at yellow cubes, which that could be a little harder. I don't know. It might not be. It just requires titanium, crystal, and diamond. So we're just going to look at them one at a time and figure it out, and then have that done. And then while that's happening, mind you, everything that we're doing at the moment, just to get things kind of running more effectively, I see multiple frames that are just done. I'll go ahead and queue these up now that we're at the end of the episode. Yep. Almost entirely done. Even some of the larger frames that I ordered not long ago are starting to fill in. And again, the closer we get to the poles, the faster these frames are actually going to fill up, and I can't wait to actually cap the thing. But then we just have to let these panels fill in. You can already tell, though, just the massive increase that we're seeing in energy coming in from the Dyson Sphere. And it's fueling the production process on Gakrux Prime, which is just the most satisfying thing. But yeah, more to do in terms of maintenance on Alpha Andromeda 2 in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day at noon U.S. Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.